You are listening to The Spooky Darlings, a podcast where three sisters get together and tell each other spooky stuff. And today is a follow-up Friday episode where we catch up about true crime cases we've been following, talk about, our lives. This is the stuff to tune into if you like the lighter fare, if you like the banter. And we're glad you're here.
Yeah, because this is going to be all banter.
And I'm Nettie.
And I'm Haley.
I'm Emily.
First things we like to do on a FUF is catch up on our lives.
Yes, happy Mother's Day, sisters.
Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day.
What did everybody do?
When you listen, listeners, it will not be Mother's Day, so don't be confused. You didn't miss it. You did miss it, actually. I was about to say you missed it. It was last Sunday. That's when we're recording.
Yes. But this will post on Friday.
Yes.
It's a follow-up Friday.
Yeah. I had a lovely Mother's Day so far. I got up, Jordan made me breakfast, and a mimosa this morning. And then we went on a little walk with the dog, Julia and Jordan and I. And then, we just had a nice day. I did a little research, took a little rest time. Now I'm hanging out with my sisters. It's perfect. Oh, and Jordan also made a really nice dinner for the family.
That's sweet.
Yeah, it was really sweet. My kids got me some nice gifts. It's just, lovely, lovely, lovely Mother's Day.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love it too.
What'd you do, Nettie?
Well, I slept in until 7:30 a.m.
Ooh, wow.
Actually, it was probably
Luxury.
8 by the time I got out of bed. It was really nice. And then Brent made me bacon and eggs and an English muffin for breakfast, which is so nice because I really do like bacon, but I hate cooking bacon because I hate the way I smell when I cook bacon. It just saturates you. You know what I mean? It sticks. So I loved being able to come into a kitchen that had already been aired out, and I loved being able to partake of bacon and didn't have to be the one that cooked it.
That good guy.
Plus a delicious coffee. And then I did research for the other case we recorded earlier today and chatted with my kids. And then Haley and I are headed over to our mom's house for dinner. This is a new thing she started doing last Mother's Day where she has us over.
Oh,
and,
that's nice.
And makes dinner. And it's nice because we get to see her, but we don't have to make dinner ourselves and it was really thoughtful of her.
Yeah, we have a really lovely mom.
Yeah.
Parents are pretty great.
Yeah, they are great.
I slept in until about 8:30, and Jason is the kind of person who he's like 6 o'clock, he's up no matter what.
Yeah.
And so he waited as long as he could for me to wake up. And finally, he lost his patience around 8:30. And so he came and woke me up. So nice. And we just chatted for a little bit. And then he was like, "Can I make you breakfast?" And he made me a slice of toast with peanut butter on it. That was my request because I'm not really a breakfast person.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's good. It's protein.
Mm-hmm.
Peanut butter.
Yeah.
It's a legume. It's a vegetable.
Yeah. And then we went for a nice hike up at Mira.
Sounds
nice.
lovely.
Yeah. And then I came over here to record with my sisters.
And have mimosas.
Mimosas.
Yes, which we love them the most.
Yeah. Oh, and if anybody's wondering, the boys are at their mom's for Mother's Day because I am a stepmother.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So
The best stepmom.
Aw.
Fist bump.
I'm pretty lucky with those boys.
They're good ones.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty lucky with those nephews of mine.
Yes.
Adorbs.
But books, movies, shows, what's happening?
Oh, yeah. Okay, so I started a new show that's really good. It's called Common Side Effects. It's an animated show, basically about this guy who has uncovered a mushroom that can heal almost anything, and then is kind of being hunted down by shadow government type people that don't want it to get out because they want to
Keep us sick.
keep people more controlled. It's really interesting. I'm enjoying it so much. There's a little bit of humor and intrigue. And I'm not usually super into animated shows, but every now and then one will just capture my heart. And this one has. It's really, really good.
Oh my gosh, please text that to the sister
Yeah,
chat, 'cause
totally,
I
I
wanna
will.
watch it.
I'm
will.
wondering if it's a true story and if there really is a mushroom out there that does heal everything
There
and if our
probably-
government is trying to keep us from it. because
Yeah.
there's big pharma.
Probably is. So I know that Haley was watching a show. This is kind of, I can bring this up in a second. You were watching a show
Oh, what?
with Matthew Rhys in it also. And
Yeah,
I was like,
me
oh yeah, I'm
too.
watching
Beast
that
in Me.
Widow's Bay with Matthew Rhys.
Yes.
Who-
And Nettie is also watching
And
it.
Nettie is watching it.
Oh, you
I
are?
watched episode 1. Yeah, I
Okay.
texted you, remember, and said, "What are you watching?" And you
But-
said, "Widow's Bay."
But we had a funny conversation about the actor Matthew Rhys.
Yes, because I kept being like, what vampire show is he in? And he's not in a vampire show. He just literally has that look where he's kind of looks like a vampire because of how pale his skin is. And his eyes
Which
are...
actor is he?
Matthew, he's the main guy in
The
Beast
mayor?
in Me.
Yeah, the mayor in
Widow's Bay?
in Widow's Bay. He's the main
Okay,
guy in
he's
Beast in Me.
And he's the billionaire in Beast in Me.
Yeah.
I've not seen Beast in Me.
It was good. I enjoyed it. The wrap up, I was like, yeah, all right. That's
Yeah.
kind of how I thought this would end.
Okay.
Yeah, we watched a couple episodes and I guess it just didn't capture us enough to continue watching. But I kind of want to go back to it. It just hasn't made it back to the top of my list.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It ended like I'm glad I watched it, is what I'll say.
Beast in Me.
I enjoyed it.
And I read a book
I
this
didn't
week,
watch
but
it.
I
I
don't
wanna
want to
watch
tell
Widow's
you
Bay.
what it was because I'm going to share this one on our next episode that we record. I'm going to tell you all about it, and I don't want to give you anything away.
Okay.
Don't tell us a thing.
No. Nettie, are you reading anything?
I started reading a book called The Search for the Girl with the Blue Eyes about reincarnation, which led me to the episode that was on Tuesday, which led me to that book about
Mhm.
that story about Judge Hatch, if you listened to that, and Elsa Barker. But I'm not very far into it. I am watching Widow's Bay along with you two.
Mhm.
And yeah, that's it.
What about movies? Anybody's watching any movies?
Oh,
I have my list of movies that I want to watch.
Yes.
They're all scary movies, so I can't watch them alone. I want to watch Hokum.
Yes.
I want to watch The Backrooms.
Yes.
I want to watch what's the one that I just sent you guys something about that was by that 20-year-old
Spider Baby?
Well, I do want to watch Spider Baby. That's from the 60s. No, it was that one with the young director. I sent you guys like a TikTok about it. And you and I had a conversation.
Yes,
Wait, I
I
thought
know
that
what
was
you're talking about,
Backrooms.
but I can't remember the name of it. But yeah, like
It's
a
the
new horror
Backrooms
film.
is the 20-year-old director. Obsession. I want to see Obsession. And I want to see it in theaters.
Mhm.
I've seen clips and the girl that plays like the lead actor. So like the premise is this guy basically makes like a wish on this like bamboo stick. It's like, make a wish and snap me and your wish will come true. And he makes a wish that this girl that he works with that he's a bit obsessed with
Mhm.
would love him more than anything else in the world.
Eek.
And
That's not
his
gonna go
wish comes true.
That's not gonna
And
go
it's-
well.
It looks pretty amazing.
Okay, I'm excited to see it.
Wow. Movies. Have I watched any movies lately? No, I don't
No.
think so.
You better not have watched any scary movies without me.
I'm waiting. We have to set aside a day.
Yeah, we need some time. Maybe
We-
during our Brandy weekend.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh, so that was my
Right
Mother's Day
here.
gift. Jordan got me tickets to come see you guys.
So glad. I was actually like, I really hope she comes.
I
really hope
know.
she comes.
No, I was feeling stressed about it, and it's probably a good thing that he bought the tickets the day he did because that girl quit the next day, and I don't know if I could have made myself do it with the stress of trying to hire somebody and fill everything, and I'm just going to figure it out. It's going to be fine.
Yeah.
Also, now you get to say, my husband bought this for me. My husband,
Mhm.
I'm so sorry I won't be there that weekend. My husband got me tickets to go
Mhm.
see my sisters and
Yeah.
Brandy Carlisle, but mostly my sisters.
Yeah.
Mostly yes.
No, it'll
I
be.
felt that way when because the maternity leave I'm covering for Brent's and my anniversary trip to Mexico overlapped with it. And I felt like the same sort of like, oh, shoot. But, it's like when your husband buys you tickets to go to Mexico, you got to go to Mexico.
You gotta go.
Isn't that the truth?
Yeah. Oh, Nico arrived, who is helping with the horses this year.
Oh,
for
no
Polo.
Segundo?
Segundo's visa, he still has not gotten his work visa that we applied for 2 years ago, but he has gotten a tourist visa that is 6 months. we just are going to have to figure out the logistics of, because he doesn't want to compromise his work visa if there's going to be like a conflict with the tourist visa and the work visa.
Yeah.
So
that's
he's feeling a little nervous about that.
Yeah, that's tricky.
Did I tell you that Lola looked up colleges that have polo programs where you don't need any experience to join? And I was like, why, what's going on? Why are you suddenly interested in polo? And she was so fascinated by that Kentucky Derby race, which I know the racing has nothing to do with polo, but where the horse ran and won.
Mm-hmm.
And it was, first of all, in the very back of the pack.
It was in last place.
Last place. What was the name of the horse?
Oh gosh,
It was
I don't
something like
remember.
Data Center. It was a weird name. It wasn't Data Center.
But it was like a woman had trained up the
very
horse.
first woman trainer, and the best was watching the footage of her watching her horse pass everyone and win. And then
She was just like,
the jockey and the guy next to her that was like clearly like her partner or something. He kept trying to pat her back, but she'd jump up, so he'd pat and then he'd pat her bottom.
Oh, that's
It was so funny. And then the groom, and well, first of all, what do you call the guy that rides, the jockey?
Yes.
Interviewing the jockey afterwards was like, I cried. He cried, I cried. And then the groom was so proud too. It was like, it takes such a team.
It's a team.
And it was just so cool because it came from the back of the pack, like literally won during the last 30 seconds of the race, was not slated to win, wasn't even on like the winner boards, whatever. I don't know anything about horse racing other than you can lose a lot of money betting on it. I don't know anything about it. But anyone who put their money on Data Center, for this race, it wasn't Data Center.
I don't think it was. The
Golden
horse was
Tempo.
Not.
I knew
There
it was
it
something
is.
like Data Center. It was Golden Tempo.
Data Center, Golden Tempo, basically the same thing.
They have the same number of syllables. But Lola was like, she got so excited watching that she was like, I think I'm into horses now. So then
She should come over to her Uncle Jason's house this summer.
Exactly what I said. I was like, you know that your uncle does polo. And if you express the slightest interest, he would help you.
And Nico is really a cutie pie.
Well, could Lola come
And-
over as an unpaid
Yes.
intern and hang out and watch a
Yes.
little? Okay, that would be
Yes.
so amazing for her.
Yeah.
Because now she's looking at like Colorado State because it has a polo program where they let beginners come in.
Oh, that's awesome. That's so fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, please, could Lola come over and hang out at our house? I would love that.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about the news.
Oh
I know that we've all been keeping up with the Hantavirus
Yes, it's
Yeah,
such
and
emotional
and this cruise
turmoil,
ship.
right? Like,
But did you guys see that there is a tweet from 2022
Yes.
from the account I am a soothsayer saying 2023 Corona ended, 2026 Hantavirus.
Yes.
That's just, it's like picked
Oh.
back up
Yeah.
in popularity or whatever this tweet has. And I think that's so weird. And
Well-
the username.
Soothsayer. Well, that's weird. And the like, what is it, 22 or 23, where the viruses all went missing?
Uh-huh.
And one of them was the
Hantavirus.
the
the
Andes
Andes
version of the Hantavirus,
strain.
which I think is spelled like Hendy. It's spelled
Okay.
with an H. I don't know. I'm actually, because it was
Is
like,
it? Because it's from Argentina, and aren't the Andes Mountains in
Yes.
Argentina?
Yes, but when I saw the spellings, when I was reading an article about it, instead of just watching TikToks, which is normally what I do, so I just get the audio.
Yes.
But it said like it was the Hantavirus, and then it said like Hendy, like Hen.
Okay. So
but
maybe
I
it's
could be wrong.
merging.
I'm just seeing it spelled as Andes virus.
That's
The
all
Han-
I've seen.
Yeah,
it
the
spelled as.
Hantavirus, Andes virus.
Yeah, just go ahead and delete me saying that. All right.
You're fine, girl.
She was
not
deleting it.
No, we're
No,
keeping all
I
of this
just
in.
also feel super weirded out by all this stuff about just only the one guy
Yes.
posting
and his
about
weird,
it. His
Where are the other people on this cruise?
His weird
Yes.
videos, like that don't make sense. Like people are examining his video, going, "Why does his video have a sunset?" And this guy that also claims to be on the same cruise doesn't take a picture of the beautiful golden sunset when it's like the most amazing sunset in the world. Like something's not adding up.
Yeah.
What were you saying, Em?
No, well, he just kind of like started showing up on all these people's feeds like a couple weeks
Mhm.
ago. Like, obviously, well, not obvious. So
And
it
wasn't his
seems now-
account created like maybe in the past year?
Like it wasn't, yeah, it's not a super well-known account, but suddenly it was coming across people's feeds like a couple weeks before, which, you know, I don't know. It's just, it's all weird.
Yeah.
It's
Where
makes,
he's like, "Hey,
Yeah.
I'm about to go on a cruise. Follow me. Nothing suspicious here."
Yeah.
it just
and
makes
it's
like, I don't know. It's like that whole thing where I think we're all super aware of how much our trust is eroding in everything we see. So, and you
And
feel a
our
little
government.
crazy for like questioning everything, but then also you would feel stupid for not questioning everything. It's just
No, we need to question everything.
Well, and did
I would
you guys
never shame anyone for questioning unless you're questioning me. I would never
Yes.
shame you.
Did you guys see that they're not requiring quarantine?
Yes, there are people supposedly in Houston, Texas that are self-monitoring, and this thing takes 6 weeks to show any symptoms.
This
It's
is crazy.
just insane.
And the World Health Organization is saying there's a low risk with this virus, but it's going to be harder for us to get information on all of this stuff with how the World Health Organization is dispersing information.
Well,
Isn't
and
that a 40%
also
mortality rate? That's not low risk.
That's
40%
not low risk.
mortality rate is high.
I think.
But the risk of infection, I think, is what they're saying is low risk.
Okay, so also though, haven't we seen stuff recently about the way, like the CDC canceling the way they communicate with doctors? So basically, like the flow of information is not happening like it used to.
And this administration has also suspended research into specifically the Hantavirus. And I know that there's suspended research into a lot of other things as well, but Hantavirus is one of them.
I can't imagine being a healthcare worker right now with like feeling like you're on the precipice of another pandemic. I would just be like, are you flipping kidding me? I haven't even recovered from the last one.
As of right now, from like what I saw, a little cursory research I did, there are several people who were not on the cruise ship who have tested positive for the Hantavirus.
Were they like because they were contaminated when people flew home?
There was that woman who was showing symptoms, and she flew on a plane full of people, of course, and there were people disembarking from this cruise ship into, I think a stop was in France. And like some people in France who were not on the cruise ship are coming, like showing symptoms. And then there's this man in Switzerland who was not on the cruise ship who is having symptoms. So
here's my question. Can you spread it when you're not showing symptoms? Like during that 6 to 8 week incubation period?
You know what? I don't know.
I don't know either. But the thing that's also crazy is that up until now, the Andes virus could transmit person to person, but only with like fluid contact, like as in you're kissing somebody. Like it's not, it has never in the past been like respiratory droplets, but the person to person on a plane transmission sounds like there's another way that it has somehow mutated to be spread. Like, I mean,
sucks.
It's
you know
just
what this sucks
scary.
for is people that have allergies and get that like postnasal drip where it just makes you cough and you can't do anything about it and you're not sick and it's allergies, but that drip happens. Like that's what I had like a couple years ago when I went to 2 years ago when I went to Brighton Bush with Margie, and that guy like yelled at me and I was like, it's literally allergies. I'm not sick. And I couldn't, and it was one of those things where I could go like 2 days without coughing at all. And then I'd suddenly have like a coughing fit.
Yes. I remember that. So when we moved into this house, their person before us had a dog that they didn't clean up after. There was short dog hair everywhere. And I was super allergic and I didn't realize until we were already in the house. So all the cleaning I was doing and changing the air filters, I was a wreck, and new neighbors were inviting me to go do stuff. And I was like, I can't go anywhere because this was 2021. I was like, I can't go anywhere like this. Everybody will think I have COVID and it's not COVID. It's like very severe dog allergies. So hard to
explain to people like when you're having a coughing fit and you're like, I'm fine. I swear. You're not going to get sick. Like, oh, that was the worst.
It's hard. Yeah, it's really hard.
I just feel sorry. I mean, it's just so hard on people that have those that just kind of show the signs of an illness when they're not ill, but as part of their regular life due to allergies.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Or whatever. And then to have like, I'm not ready for another pandemic.
No, I really hope this doesn't turn into anything. But I mean, like, I was like one of them when like COVID was starting. I was like, this is just going to be a few weeks and we're good.
Oh, I was the same way with COVID.
So
I was like,
wrong.
Well, I mean, that's what we were told. But also, I did see something that they had. This is why I feel like this is planned. They started working on a Hantavirus Andes virus vaccination like 2 years ago or 3 years ago.
Yeah. before, I mean, and this virus only affects like, I can't remember, like 200 to 400 people a year. Like it's not
Mm-hmm.
a high priority disease to work on a vaccine for a
Mm-hmm.
company that is looking for profits. And it's not like
Do you
this
feel
is,
like-
go ahead.
Oh, you finish your sentence.
I was just going to say, it's not like this is like the World Health Organization working on it. This is like,
Yeah.
like, what's the one
Private.
the one that starts with an
Moderna.
M that did the
Moderna.
Moderna.
Yeah. It's
Moderna.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I was going to say it also makes me now call into question the publicity around Gene Hackman and his wife's death
Mm-hmm.
due to hantavirus.
Well, I think she had the regular strain
right,
that was...
but it made it was the regular
it brought
strain,
it to light.
But yes, that's what I'm questioning.
I
is
see
like
what you're
this
saying.
sudden celebrity dying of something that, I mean, I'm not saying that
Mm-hmm.
like dying of something that kind of is not as, it was enough to bring it to light. Like usually people that die of hantavirus are in environments where like rats and mice are a
Mhm.
ton, which usually we equate with poverty,
Mm-hmm.
which is, awful and sad. But it's
Yeah.
like suddenly a celebrity who had all of the means and money to have a clean environment to live in.
And there wasn't any evidence of the virus present on her property that they could find. That's the other super odd thing.
I didn't know
I
that.
didn't know that either. But it's kind of just, it's weird timing. Like we have this
Yeah.
now, everyone, because if you didn't know what hantavirus was before,
and
you sure knew what it was after Gene Hackman
Gene
died.
Hackman's death and his wife was so weird. The circumstances around it, and a lot of things were kind of explained away. Of like, he had dementia. Was it dementia?
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
And I don't.
And she was his caretaker, and then
Mhm.
she
died
apparently
first.
died first, and then they had like a dog that, poor thing, died in a cage
Yeah.
because it was locked in a cage, and the
Mhm.
caretaker wasn't alive to let him out.
Yeah.
And then another dog, but the dogs didn't appear to die of hantavirus. Which did they not get hantavirus? Is it only human?
I wonder, animal to animal.
Rat feces to human.
I don't
know.
No.
Yeah,
it's so weird.
It's all really odd. It just brings question marks in my eyeballs. Well, listen, keep this in. I actually would say if there's ever going to be a pandemic, do what I've done and invest in bidets. I know that you guys have some.
Mhm.
It's life-changing. So if people do get greedy with toilet paper, you are still in a position to not have an emergency.
Yeah.
And I would say if you're like, I can't afford a bidet, I know a lot of people live paycheck to paycheck. You can find bidets that are pretty cheap, but get a Perry bottle.
Mine and Jason's bidet was like $30. You don't have any of the bells or whistles or anything, and Jason just installed it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I never ever want to go back to not having a bidet. I hate it when we go on trips, and Jason and I both were like,
can't wait to get back to my bidet.
Her bee holes are hurting.
If you don't know what a Perry bottle is, if you give birth or if you have any sort of trauma down to your nethers, you're given in the hospital like a bottle that's like a squeeze bottle, and you can fill it full of like nice warm water, and then you just gently wash your nether regions.
Mm-hmm.
And so I love them. I actually ordered some during the COVID pandemic because of the paper towel shortage. I was able to just get some on Amazon, and I just put one in each bathroom. You just fill it full of warm water before you go, and then you just squeeze it
and then just get clean.
Mm-hmm.
All of the friends that Jason and I have persuaded to get bidets, I won't say their names or anything, but we always get text messages from them being like, "Oh my gosh, this is life changing."
How can we go back?
Like, yes.
Speaking of bells and whistles, I will say as the proud owner of 2 bidets, you don't need the fan. First of all, somehow, no matter how careful you are, it's going to smell like pee when it blows.
Oh.
Just let yourself drip dry.
I have not smelled the fan on mine, but I definitely don't really use it. Yeah, it's not really like a feature that I
don't use the fan. And if my friends like come out and they're like, "Oh, that fan," I'm like, "Don't use the fan." I should put a sign up.
You guys have much fancier bidets than Jason and I do.
We just
Mine is
got
like
a nicer one.
heated water, very remote, handheld remote control, various pressures. In fact, I need to turn down the seat heat now that it's warming up.
Yeah. People, invest in a bidet. It's investing in yourself.
Yeah.
It really
wonderful.
is.
If you if you can.
Get one now. If you can get one for $30, and if you can't, get a Perry bottle. Like, they're a good thing to have on hand. If you ever run out of toilet paper and you just can't get any, a Perry bottle can do the trick.
We'll do the
It's
trick.
like a little handheld
I
today.
keep meaning also to order my Oregon Trail sourdough starter quick before another pandemic starts so I can learn how to make sourdough
Yes.
from an Oregon Trail sourdough.
Isn't that cool that there's
Starters,
some sourdough starter that has been alive since the Oregon Trail?
Yeah, it's super cool.
I wonder what the astral plane version of that sourdough starter would be, since we learned on the episode that I did on Tuesday
Yeah.
that everything physical we have in this world, that there's like a reflection
Yeah.
of it, or a version of it.
Yeah,
It's been alive since the Oregon Trail.
Yeah.
please say it's not larva.
It's not larva.
We
It's
don't
not.
We don't need larva.
It's yeast.
Okay, so did you guys say everything you wanted to say about the Hantavirus stuff? Because I have another piece of news I wanted to see if you guys had heard about.
Talk to us about it.
Yeah, talk to us.
Okay, did you guys hear about the guy in Houston?
Yes.
Who
No.
was he was set to have a trial for the murder of his
Yes.
pregnant wife.
Yes, I was just watching that
He
TikTok.
cut off his ankle monitor and fled to Italy.
What?
Yes, and
What a piece
so
of
many
crap.
questions. How? Because they had his passport. Surrendered his passport.
He got a different passport.
Somehow he was able to get to Italy, and he was hoping that they would not extradite him because he's facing the death penalty here. He thought he'd get compassion there. But
because Italy doesn't do the death penalty.
He's now in jail in Italy waiting to see if they're going to bring him back here or not.
Oh my
and
gosh.
didn't he go through Canada? He went from the U.S. to Canada. So somehow, I think that in Canada, can you still use your birth certificate to get through the border at Canada?
I'm not
don't
sure. I know
know.
you used to be able to use license or birth certificate. But I don't know. Actually, I wish now that I'd looked up how he was able to cross the border, because you would
I
think,
read something that is like he had a Belgian passport. Was he?
Yeah, I thought I
citizen?
saw something where he was able to purchase a passport from somebody.
Oh, maybe he purchased
maybe
a
a
Belgian passport. I don't know. But so
Yeah.
he had tried to tell police that his wife died of an overdose. His pregnant wife died of an overdose, and then the evidence showed that she'd actually died of strangulation.
What
So
a piece of
he was
what
on
a
trial for that.
terrible
Piece of
person.
shit. He was a piece of shit.
Yes.
He killed
Yeah.
his wife, and now he's trying to get away with
And
it.
his
Yeah.
unborn child. Ugh.
Oh, she
Yeah,
pregnant.
she was pregnant. Yeah.
Mm.
Really,
sad.
really
That's the
awful.
most
Do you know
dangerous
how far
time
along?
for women,
I thought I saw
statistically.
somewhere she was like 7 months along.
You might be thinking of 7 months because I just told you about Mary Louise Parker. So maybe 7 months is sticking in your head. Because I just was telling Haley during our break that Mary Louise Parker was dating Billy Crudup. And
They had been together. They weren't just dating. They'd been together for like 7 years.
7 years. And she was 7 months pregnant with his
Oh,
baby.
I might be thinking
and
of
her
that.
baby. And then he left her for Claire Danes. And then
Weird.
she left
Awful.
him like a year and a half later for Claire Danes left Billy Crudup for.
Ugh.
And what the funny thing is that I know who Mary Louise Parker is, and I knew who Claire Danes was, and I've heard Billy Crudup's name, but his face did not come into my mind. In fact, I was thinking of Billy Bob Thornton when someone said Billy Crudup. I'm like, is that Billy Bob Thornton? So I would say joke's on him.
Yeah.
Totally.
Idiot.
And also, Claire, shame on you.
Well, speaking of I don't know how I don't know even know what I was thinking. Okay, switching up.
That's a really good
subjects.
transition.
Yeah.
He's like,
Smooth.
speaking of.
Smoothest transition you've ever heard of. Did you guys see this man who threw a giant rock at a beloved monk seal named Lani in Maui? And did you see he's from Washington State?
I
and he is
did.
possibly facing jail time for this.
Federal charges.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
And
why
the
did
mayor-
I think he was Eastern European or Russian?
Because he is.
he is.
Oh,
He just lives in
his
Washington
name is
State.
Igor something, and
Igor
he
Vil-
lives. Yeah, and so he lives in Washington State, and then so even the mayor made a statement about this situation, and it is rumored that he got beat up by locals.
He did. There's
and
video.
had to flee Hawaii.
There's video.
There's video? Okay.
Yes, and the locals.
I
he is
never
pushing
saw
charges.
I never saw the guy's face.
No, I think they blurred him out.
Okay.
But there is video, and he's like trying to press charges, and the Hawaiians are like, okay, yeah, we got it.
Some person on TikTok was like, street justice.
Seriously, street justice. It was so, and he was such a dick about it because the
Yeah.
girl's like, what are you doing? Why are you following him? Why are you trying? He's like, I can do what I want. I'm rich. She's
Yeah.
like, there's going to be a fine for that. And he's like, whatever. I'm rich. I don't care.
He's like,
I'm
I can
really
pay it. I
wealthy."
can afford it. I can afford whatever fine. And I think
can
he's being
afford-
fined $50,000.
I wish it was more.
Me too.
Honestly,
Yeah.
Oh.
he
Leave
threw it,
that
and it says
Poor
it.
monk seal alone.
It says it didn't hit the monk seal. I actually beg to differ. I think it did. Although they did send a scuba diver
To make sure it's okay.
vet, a scuba diver vet. I never knew that you could get a career as a veterinarian who was also a scuba diver.
Wow.
I wouldn't do it because I'm claustrophobic.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you just made yourself a joke.
Excuse me. But what a cool career,
Right?
if you're into that.
Yeah.
If you're into claustrophobia.
So we'll
If you like scary jobs.
Have to keep our eyes on this.
You're not afraid of
And-
monk seals and not afraid of not being able to breathe normally, then that job is for you.
I would
Who
not
wants
be
to
great.
And you get to be a vet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yes. I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah. So moving from news.
No, I have news.
to okay. I was just going to ask if anybody has anything else.
Did you want me to let you do that transition?
Oh, yes. So going from news to TikTok news, does anybody have other news they would like to talk about?
Yes, I do. Do you guys remember the movie Dancing with Wolves?
Yes.
And how I had a
Yes.
major crush?
On the wolf.
Well, obviously, but on the
Costner?
the young Native American that was played by an actor named Nathan Lee chasing his horse.
No, I don't remember
Oh,
that.
you don't remember that? Well, watch Dancing with Wolves and you'll see this beautiful teen boy. And I was a teen girl. I want to mind you.
It was
I was a
appropriate.
teen girl. It was appropriate.
You had an age
I was just
appropriate
like-
crush.
I had an age appropriate crush. And I remember like reading the credits and being like, Nathan Lee chasing his horse. Oh, I love that name. And just like having such a crush. Well, heartbreak this week when I found out that Nathan Lee chasing his horse, and I think he's now just known as Nathan Chasing Horse,
Uh-oh.
is just received life in prison for sexually abusing and sexually exploiting young Indigenous women because he like basically sold himself as like a spiritual leader and guru and medicine man. And these girls would come to him for guidance and he would like get their mother's trust. That's the first thing he would do is he'd be like, yep, I can help your daughter. And then he would isolate these girls, sexually assault them. And they would be so confused about what happened to them because we're talking like 14, 15-year-old girls.
Oh my God.
They'd be so confused and they'd be like, and then he would like do the spiritual thing with them. So first he'd assault them and then he'd be like, but now I'm going to help you in your spiritual journey. So they were so confused. Like, was that part of it? Like these were young girls.
That's like Keith Raniere
Ugh.
kind of had the same MO.
Yes.
This is going to help you.
And so, yeah, life in prison, which I think is justifiable. And I
Yeah.
was so sad. He was, I don't know. I mean, you know, it's like your crushes when you're a teenager are just crushes. Like you don't know
Mhm.
these people.
Right.
But I just remember being like, he's the handsomest man boy as of when I was a, girl woman that I've ever seen. And he was
Yeah.
so cute. He was so beautiful.
Oh,
And it was
dang
so
it.
sad to see that come of that person. And I do think it's like what he was as a teenager is not who he became as a man. And people have choices. It's like he made a series of terrible choices where he gave into his darker desires and darker urges. And you can't do that, people. Don't do it. You
Yeah.
can be a good person. Everyone can.
Just
Right.
don't
Maybe Ted
hurt
Bundy.
kids,
Yeah.
And I think the end of statement. Don't
And
hurt
girls
kids.
and women and also women. He got I think
Mhm.
his charges were life in prison for assaulting like children, teenage
Yeah.
girls and women as well
Yeah.
because he did the same sort of manipulation tactics on adult women as
Yeah.
well.
Ew.
So
But
gross.
that thing of like gaining the trust of the mother is so disgusting
Insidious.
to me. It's insidious.
I hate
That
it.
one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, dang it. Well, any other news?
Well, I mean, I have TikTok news.
I've got TikTok news too, so I was thinking we can switch to TikTok news.
Okay, go. TikTok news.
Me first?
Yeah,
Who's
TikTok
first?
news, which I want to say is real news.
Is
Go on.
real news.
You go first.
Okay, so I think I sent you guys a video of this woman who she is so cute, and she was talking to her 16-year-old niece about living in New York and how she lived in an illegal loft with 3 guys who adopted her.
Yes.
And she was an elementary school teacher, and these guys would also like help her act out her lesson plans. And she owned a ukulele. She loved bright colors and glitter, and she went to school. And so then with all of that, her 16-year-old niece was like, "Are you Jessica Day? Are you New Girl, Auntie?" And she was just like, no. And then, so she made a TikTok video about that incident, and it went like viral, and people were like, "All you're doing is making us think that you are definitely the inspiration for New Girl."
Well, because part of it was, no, I'm not her. I do know the writer, though. I knew her.
Well, but that comes out later in like a different TikTok. And so, So she did go to school with the woman who wrote New Girl, and 2 of her roommates went on to write on the show. And like, her name is Michaela Bly, which I'm just kind of like, well,
it might as well be like Jessica Day.
Jessica Day. But Jessica Day is definitely the name you come up with if you like your inspiration is a woman named Michaela Bly, like, oh, Miss Bly, oh, Miss Day, you know?
Yeah.
And it just was like one of the most like heartwarming, like just TikTok dives I've taken.
I loved
that.
Like, that was so cute.
I loved it.
Yes. Okay, so you both went on the dive and like went through all of her videos.
I think I saw 2 TikToks. I haven't dived super deep. I just think I saw 2.
I followed a few, and I love it.
It's like the cutest, like when she talks about how she got like the whole staff at her school to, not the whole staff, the ones who wanted to learn the Thriller dance and surprise their students with it when it's not like at their like Halloween parade event, and then all the teachers go up and they and she just taught everybody the dance that wanted to learn the dance.
Cute.
And she said that the students went crazy when their teachers start like lurching up at the stage and doing the Thriller
amazing. Of
dance.
Course they did.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I love it.
And then like she did have a Nick, like a will they won't they guy that there was like tension with, and there's a Schmidt. And then I don't know if you guys remember on New Girl, there's Russell, who's like the older dad who she's tutoring the dad's daughter.
That was real?
Well, the Russell is real, but not the romance. Like the older rich guy. But what does happen is that this kid was like, "Miss Bly, you should play Scrabble with my dad." And the dad was like, "She doesn't want to play Scrabble with me." And Michaela then was like, "And what he doesn't know is I'm really good at Scrabble," because it was like an ego thing for the dad. And I guess she wipes the floor with him. And then the daughter like just had like the biggest smile on her face. That Miss Bly beat her dad at Scrabble because he was like kind of an arrogant prick. And
she's like, "I love to see people beat my dad."
and then Michaela went on to be like, and the reason she knew I could beat her dad is because I would report on my Scrabble scores to my class.
She's like, before we start with the days of the week, kids.
Yes,
my Scrabble scores.
Because
wasn't she a kindergarten teacher?
A third grade.
Okay.
And then also another thing that she does with her class that I thought was like something that you would see in New Girl with Jessica Day is that they had to do spelling every week, and she made it like a secret code because they were all secret agents.
Oh.
And she would tell a story using the spelling words, and the kids would be so invested, but it was a secret, like didn't even tell the principal. And so then she said the principal like kind of got like word of like there's this thing going on during spelling in Miss Bly's class, and would like pop in. And part of all of this was that she would go back to the boring, like, okay, and now spell this word used in a sentence, and all the kids would like pretend to be like, oh, spelling time. And then the principal would leave and everybody would get back into the story.
That's so cute. Oh, I love it. What a great teacher.
Yeah. So that's that's my TikTok news.
I love teachers.
Oh, yeah.
So great.
I love good teachers.
What about you guys?
I have a little bit of an update. Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni. This is kind of old news at this point because literally the day we recorded our last FUF, it was like that afternoon.
Of
was when they
course.
released it. But Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively settled. And then, of course, she promptly had her lawyers release a weird statement that was like, we are so glad that they've admitted defeat. And then, which is just not true. Okay, so what happened was Baldoni's lawyers and Blake's lawyers released a joint statement where they were like, we are settling this case. We acknowledge that Blake Lively's concerns deserved to be heard. That was like the concession.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else was like, no, nothing. There was no criminal activity, basically. It was a joint statement. And it was clear, like when I read it, I remember, or when I like listened to it, I remember hearing that Blake Lively's concerns deserved to be heard. They don't say, we're valid, we're true, but she took that, and her lawyers then like a couple days later released a statement that was like, this shows that she was in the right and that she won and all of this, and she's victorious and she's so happy. And then she literally hours after settling the case went to the Met Gala. Complete personality change. Emily, have you seen any of these TikToks? So if you watch interviews during the press tour for It Ends With Us, she is like leaned back in her chair, rude to everyone. Like, people will be like, what would you say to a survivor if they, like a survivor of domestic violence? You know, because It Ends With Us, like, is essentially a love story, but it's about domestic violence and about the escape of domestic violence. And that's the most important message. And so they asked her during the press interviews, like, what would you say to a survivor if they came up to you? She's like, well, are they asking for my address? Are they like wanting to know where I live and like knock on my door? Because like, that's not okay. Like, she was so she never talked about the domestic violence. When she was promoting the movie, she was like, wear your florals, grab your girlfriends, get some Blake Brown hair care and come to watch It Ends With Us. And then Justin Baldoni's press was like, I wanted to tell the story of of like from a woman's point of view of what it's like to be in a violent relationship, how difficult it is to escape, how it's generational. It was just, to me, such an important story to tell. Like, those were the difference between the two, like, completely separate press tours that were happening.
Wow.
And then suddenly she shows up at the Met Gala hours after settling. And suddenly she comes from this like confident, I run the room, I silence everyone. Because she literally, like, if you watch the press interviews, she dominates. She's rude to the interviewer. She dominates the other actors around her. She stares them down if they're not answering the way she wants them to answer. Like, and there's clips from her going from Gossip Girl through all of her movies, all the way through It Ends With Us, where she's demonstrating this. And then suddenly she's at the Met Gala going, oh, hi, how are you? Oh, what are you wearing? Let me show you how kind I am and how I'm going to acknowledge you as a human interviewer. And, oh, well, the theme is art and I'm shy. She literally said the words, I'm shy. And then holds up a little purse. So I had, each of my 4 children make a watercolor painting, and we added it to this purse so I could have them with me. Although, I probably could have fit them under my skirt. This dress is so big. And it went from like showing clips of her from previous events she's been to where she's like bossing people around, and she's like, oh my gosh, I'll be there in a minute. Just be patient. Ugh. Don't touch that. Leave my train alone. To her going, thank you, sorry. Thank you, sorry. Thank you, sorry.
Weird.
I'm shy. So weird. It's so clear that her PR is like, you've got to change your personality. It's got to be your entire personality.
You have to stop being a bitch.
It's nuts because it is such a 180. Or what's 360 plus 180? It's like she did a full turnaround and then stopped halfway. It's beyond a 180. It's like a
520. I don't know.
Something like that. Anyway, it's crazy.
Weird.
But like, to be clear, they settled. The judge dismissed all, like, was it 14 charges? All but 3. The 3 left didn't even involve Justin Baldoni. It involved the atmosphere of the set.
Mm-hmm.
There was not enough evidence for any of them. She was caught lying. Right before she settled,
Mhm.
it came out that she was claiming that she never asked for the dailies to be destroyed. And then there was actually audio, video, and written proof that Blake Lively, right before she started her lawsuit against Justin Baldoni, sent a bunch of emails and a bunch of messages asking for the dailies to be destroyed. The dailies are the video that just like shoots constantly during filming.
Oh.
So it's like kind of that constant film that you get like even between takes. And she's like, I want those destroyed because the dailies showed that she was not a victim on set. The dailies showed that she actually was running everything, like refusing to film if things didn't go her way, and was basically a tyrant. She's been called an
Man.
emotional terrorist. And I think as part of the settlement agreement, Blake, I don't know for sure. This is me just like supposing, but I believe that Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni are not allowed to speak on it. So her lawyers are speaking on her behalf. And then Justin Baldoni's friend, who was his acting coach, who also played the OBGYN, which she had a major problem with. He's been speaking out. He has never spoken publicly about this until the settlement happened. He's been going on shows and speaking. Justin's not speaking. And he's kind of been saying, well, I'm sort of speaking on Justin's behalf. He's telling his story. Blake Lively kissed his ass when he came onto stage. He was like, it was exciting. I was suddenly friends with an A-lister and her husband. And it was kind of like, you have this hope, like in Hollywood, like, oh, we're going to be friends with these people. We're going to be in the circles with these people. And he's like, I was blindsided and blown away when she came out going, it's so unprofessional that he cast his friend to be the OBGYN. And I'm forced to do this intimate scene with this person that has no acting experience, which first of all, he did have tons of acting experience. And it wasn't like,
Weird.
it wasn't like Justin cast some unknown actor. Like he was like a renowned Broadway. He had done film. He had done Broadway, tons of Shakespeare. He was like a renowned actor and Justin's coach. And, and then, but she cast her sister. Her sister was in scenes.
So it's just very double standard.
Yeah.
Complete double standard. Anyway,
Super
that's
dumb.
my update. But now, what's his name? Speaking out. What? Can't I remember his name?
Ryan Reynolds?
It's not Ryan Reynolds. It is Justin Baldoni's acting coach. His name is, hold on. Let me get it. Give me just a moment.
I thought you were going to talk about how everybody's turning on Ryan Reynolds now and that apparently he set fire to his elementary school when he was growing up and got it brushed under the rug because he had connections to law enforcement. And it's just...
And he laughed about it. Like,
and he's not a nice person. And Martha Stewart doesn't even like him.
No, Martha Stewart is like neighbors with them and was like, no, not cool. Adam Mondeshine is the acting coach's name. That's Justin Baldoni's acting coach.
Okay. I'm glad it wasn't Ryan Reynolds also, because that would have been very confusing.
Really embarrassing.
Yeah, but I think Ryan Reynolds has been seeing some pain for this. I got to be honest, like when the Mint Mobile commercials come on, I have a physical, visceral reaction and I go, oh, I can't handle his voice anymore just because of his behavior during this.
But Mint Mobile, if you want to pay us to run your advertisements, we will take your money.
Yeah, we will. We'll be happy to step in.
It's a bummer because I really liked that Rob McElhenney, Ryan Reynolds, buy a football team.
Yeah, Wrexham.
That was fun.
That Rob Rexelhenny got mixed up with the wrong guy, but Ryan Reynolds is a...
Rexelhenny.
Whatever his name
Rob
is.
McElhenney.
Got mixed up with Ryan Reynolds for Wrexham. Listen, all the words work together if you say them at the same time. You're saving so much time. You're right.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, man. I do feel bad because I love that actor. I love It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. And I just think that he didn't know that Ryan Reynolds was a psychopath, in my opinion.
For entertainment purposes.
For entertainment purposes only, when he made this.
We are not diagnosticians of psychopathy.
No,
we are budding cryptozoologists. If anything, we are budding cryptozoologists.
Hey, this is for entertainment purposes only, people. Do not. Please don't. Nobody sue us.
No, they can't.
Don't
It's
take
for
us-
entertainment
Don't
purposes
take us
only.
so seriously, guys.
It's all a fiction. Everything we say is a fiction. It's all it's pretense.
This is just our opinions.
I think I got through everything I wanted to share on this FUF. What
Okay.
else do you guys have? Anything else?
I've got us little secret lives.
Ooh, yeah.
Women wives.
Me too. I'm done.
But it's not much. So Taylor now has 12 hours of parenting time per week.
Yay.
The judge is taking a DV course so he can make the most informed decision possible, which
what a
I
good
really
judge.
appreciate this judge. I think he's been incredibly fair.
Yes. I love that he recognized Dakota's
Mhm.
abusive and manipulative behavior instead of just
Yes.
being like, well, the video evidence shows. Instead, he's like,
Exactly.
that's weird that we have this
Well,
video evidence.
Yeah. And then even like looking at the video evidence, he's like, you're not protecting your child. You're more interested in videoing Miss Paul. And so June 1st is the next court date that we will see. And I know that Taylor is under a lot of fire because she was not utilizing all of her parenting time, even when it was 8 hours. But from what I understand, seeing a little more, I think it was Lawyer T on TikTok, he spoke with Taylor and she kind of explained her side. And we haven't actually heard what her side is, but there's a lot of speculation that just it was too hard on Ever for her to just have him for like 2 hours and then Ever has to say goodbye to his mom. And so from what I understand, she was just like, I think it's just better for my son if I don't see him rather than get him excited to be with his mom and then have to say goodbye.
2 hours. It's not enough.
Yeah, 2 hours over 4 days. And then also the judge was talking about how he is afraid that if Taylor still has to have supervised parenting time, Dakota is going to use that somehow to manipulate her because he can't stop. He's obsessed with her. He can't stop manipulating.
No, he's a control freak, which is clear from the way his first fiance, I don't think they ever got married, talked about him.
And his exes.
All of his exes, every single one has just said that he's abusive, manipulative, and controlling.
Yeah. And people who just went to school with him in Idaho, they're just like, this is how Dakota has always been. He's always been this way.
I don't understand all the weird random defenders that are like, Dakota's just doing his best. Taylor's a psychopath.
They're just little pick-me's, just hoping that he chooses them. So with like not too many other updates, Michaela does seem to being very vocal about her dislike of Taylor, how she doesn't want to film with Taylor. She put out
I don't think Michaela's ever liked Taylor. I think that she got really confident in her popularity over the past like 2 seasons.
Yeah.
Maybe overly confident.
Maybe.
Michaela.
I mean, like Demi kind of did the same thing. She got a little overly confident. And the thing is, none of these ladies would have this opportunity without Taylor. Taylor is the one that like went on TikTok Live and spilled all the secrets of the swinging scandal many moons ago. And that is what launched them into getting this TV show. Michaela's statement just, it was super long. So just to really pare it down, she was kind of comparing her health issues to the domestic violence situation between Taylor and Dakota. And she was like talking about rashes and cream. If I was using a cream that gave me a rash, then I wouldn't expect sympathy from people if I kept using that cream. And then
very
she says
simplistic view.
Exactly. Because domestic violence situations are much more complicated
especially when a child's involved. It's not like Michaela can, it's not like Taylor can just say, yeah, I'm going to completely cut things off with Dakota. They have a child together.
Yeah. They're always going to be co-parents, even if they're not parenting together. And so then Michaela's statement finally goes on to say that she's fed up and she has to set a boundary. Taylor does respond to Michaela by saying, basically, you're kicking me while I'm down. And she rarely, if ever, like went to Michaela for any sympathy because she knew that Michaela was dealing with a lot of things herself. But Michaela was always asking for updates on her life, according to Taylor. And if Michaela's exhausted of Taylor, then Michaela didn't need to kick her while she's down. I already said that. If Michaela can't offer her the same courtesy of just like, don't talk to me, let it go.
You feel how you want to feel. You don't need to make a public statement about how terrible you think I am.
Exactly. And then Taylor says if Michaela doesn't want to film with her, there's the door. So
okay,
we'll see how things
this next
go
season's
from here.
exciting. Emily, you have to watch.
I know. I'm so behind, you guys.
You can't just count on this one to give you updates,
It's
even though she's good at it.
I gave her an hour and a half recap of season 4. And then
It's time well spent.
Nary will I let either of you not know all the tea on everything that's happening now.
I just think
you nary shall need to, because I shall be watching.
I don't agree with the way Michaela handled that, but I do have to say it is so taxing when you have somebody you're close to that keeps making toxic decisions and going back to the person. And I would never compare it to a cream. I mean, that feels like flippant and like careless. But, like I do know lots of people who have finally just set a boundary where they're not going to be involved with somebody that can't make healthy decisions in their relationships when it keeps causing pain, because it's tough. They'll come to you with so much hurt, and you're there for them, and you give them the advice that they need to hear, and they just won't take it. Like it's hard. It's hard to just be there and not have somebody.
I've had people cut me off, like when I'm like
when you're with your abusive
no, I mean, my friends, not the most recent abusive one, but the one before that, my friends were getting pretty fed up, and I finally like pulled the plug on that one. But I have friends who like, I have had people cut me off when I'm like, this person is bad for you.
You know what,
like,
I think
you
the
gotta
difference
stop
is between those two relationships is the one where people were cutting you off. He was isolating you from them. Where the second one, the last one, he was inclusive of the people around you, but then would threaten to tell them things about you that he thought would turn them away from you. Where the other one,
it's still isolation, but it's just a different tactic,
yes,
right?
It's a different type, but it's like it's one alienates the friends where they're like, well, he doesn't.
Well, and what the most recent one also did was he talked a lot of crap on my friends. He'd be nice to their faces, but then behind closed doors, he'd be like, I don't know why you even hang out with so and so. They're so blah blah blah. Like, just trash them.
But the previous one, he would like, even when I would come through Salt Lake and I'd be like, I have 1 hour to see my sister. I remember you being like, I had already told so-and-so that I would spend time. It's like, I was like, are you flipping kidding me? Like, he's like not going to let you, let you come and see me for an hour.
He lost his mind when I was like, my sister's coming through town. And he like,
it was so odd to me. I was like, what is wrong with that man? But I mean, at the time, I didn't understand that you were in an abusive relationship. I was just like, why is Haley prioritizing this guy over me when I'm here for like 1 hour and we just want to see her for a minute?
Yeah.
But it's like, because I didn't understand. It's like I think being an observer of an abusive relationship, you don't know what's happening until you examine it later. And it's really too bad for the victim, for the person, like for you.
Well, and also just getting educated on what abuse looks like, what coercive control looks like, what is Darvo. And I have a correction on Darvo. I said it, I don't remember what I said it was, but Darvo is deny, attack, reverse, victim, offender.
Yeah.
I said it was something else.
Oh, I thought that's what you said, but you said something else.
I said like
reverse victim.
I said like domestic.
Oh, okay.
Something. I don't remember what I said, but
I just have to say too, though, I'm also really glad that the times where I've had like a tough position supporting a friend going through something where they're going back to somebody that's not treating them right. Like, I'm super glad that my conversations behind their back weren't recorded and like shared with the whole world, because sometimes you are fed up and you are like, like, why is she being a loser going back to this loser? Like you know what I mean? Like, you'll say things that are harsher than you mean, but like
you never intend, but you would say them like in sort of like a moment of processing your own feelings about it.
For sure.
Never thinking they would be shared with the world.
Yeah.
And it's really unfair when they are.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not trying to like be overly sympathetic to the people that are like being too hard on Taylor, Frankie Paul, but I guess I just kind of see how they could
like Michaela
for sure be fed up.
Released a public statement. It wasn't like a secret conversation that was released. It was like she made a point to make a public statement that she is fed up with.
Well, that sounds like something you would know if you watch the last season and or the more recent TikToks. So it's
that's
feels
what
like
I'm
it's
here for.
private to me. Private from
that's
me.
what That's what we're here for.
Emily's never been as into other people's business because I remember during the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial, I was like, oh my gosh, Emily, are you watching any of this? What do you think? And she goes, I just wish I didn't know anything about it. That was her response.
I still feel that way, and I sometimes feel that way about Blake Lively.
No, you should feel like you should see all of that because
that's what we're here for.
Because she is the worst.
No, I get it. They're both the worst, but I'm also just
gosh.
What a waste of everybody's energy to like.
Amber Heard actually won a civil trial. Like Johnny Depp was probably the worst in that situation. Justin Baldoni, it's a different. I know people might disagree with me.
Look, also speaking about the worst. Oh, wait, I just totally cut you off.
No, that's fine. Maybe I needed to be cut off because
what, Haley? What's the other word?
Go on.
Jordan from Secret Lives of Mormon Wives.
Awful, right?
I just saw several TikToks on the Vanderpump Villa reunion, and guess what Jordan requested of like the production staff?
Blowjobs
for Hannah.
Yes.
For beautiful blonde Hannah to be interested.
Like this.
To be interested, but she's so cute.
She is. I love her.
To be interested in hooking up with him, and he said that he would be up for it. Like, that is so disgusting to try and like have a beautiful girl hook up with you because it would look good on an episode of Vanderpump Villa. Like, ew.
Yeah. So
and also, Jordan, you look like Megamind.
He does.
Yeah, he like wanted Hannah to approach him and like be into him and hook up with him because he wanted to punish
he
Jesse.
He doesn't look like Megamind. He looks like the bully neighbor on Toy Story.
Two things can be true.
Yes, he looks like the bully neighbor on Toy Story and Megamind. He looks like both of them. Do you want to know what my favorite thing I've seen though?
Oh, what? Okay,
go ahead.
I've got a third doppelganger for him.
Yes,
we'll probably have to post it.
Go ahead.
Yes, it's the villain from The Incredibles.
Emily, do you have time? Do you have time to put together a deplorable doppelganger with all three?
With all three of us.
I might have to. I'll try.
Okay,
I might have to.
Also
I might have
Ollie.
to choose the best one once I see them side by side. Besides, just in my mind.
Now, I have to say before I forget.
Yes,
I've forgotten twice, then like pulled it like a tiger by the tail back to my memory. The other thing that I've been getting such a kick out of is the women that are ordering cameos from Jordan and then posting it. And he's like, Hi, I heard you're a fan of the show. Well, I want you to know not everything's as it seems on the show. Yeah, my wife's the worst. So apparently I'm supposed to give you relationship advice. I don't know if I'm the best person, but I would say like try to honor your marriage vows.
And then he like, and my wife, soon be ex-wife, is out there being manic. And then Jessie did a video where she has it when you're being manic, and like one of her employees has her hauled over their shoulder and they put her in the back of her car and like close the car door.
I didn't see that. I didn't see that. I love it because Jessie comments on those videos and people are like, I got my friend a cameo from Jordan as a joke.
And she goes, I hope you got your money back.
Oh my gosh. She has like such a like good sense of humor. Like she's so good natured about all the stuff that comes her way, it seems like.
Yeah.
Honestly,
I love her.
She's like a phoenix because she was so attacked unjustly for her looks first season.
Mm-hmm.
People were really awful and mean to her. They like said things like she looked like a monkey and that she wasn't very pretty.
Or
so then she gets all this plastic.
People said she looked like a man, which she just doesn't. She's a lovely person.
She's not. She's beautiful. She was beautiful before the surgeries.
Mm-hmm.
And I honestly think her surgeries have been lovely too. If
She
I'm being
looks
honest.
great. She has a good surgeon.
I hope she stops.
Me too.
But because like, come on, you're great. Or just stop. You look beautiful.
You're gorgeous.
But it's like her ability, if something like that happened to me with how sensitive I am, I would shut myself in my room and eat chocolate and watch TV and drink wine.
Can we do that anyway?
Well, I know it actually sounds kind of nice right now.
Yeah.
But the reaction I would have to that kind of criticism would really shut me down. And she like handled it like such a pro. And I love that she's open and honest about surgeries instead of like being secretive about it. Like, we know that Demi has had a bunch of surgery. I just don't think she talks about it.
Right.
No,
like,
she
if you look
tries
at her
to pretend that
before
she's
and
always
after,
looked like that.
She's had surgeries a ton. She was a pretty girl before, but she wasn't like, didn't have like the full lips and like the, I don't know. She's done a ton. She's done a ton to her face.
Whoever does Demi's lips, like, great job.
Yeah, but
They're
mostly
excessive. But yeah. Listen, I'm not trying to be critical. But okay, so speaking of this kind of
Says
thing,
Emily with the lips that everyone brings a picture of to their plastic surgery and going, can you
Right.
please just make them look like this?
that's weird and untrue.
True.
But I will say
It's
one of
not
my
weird.
favorite things that
It's not weird for your sister to tell you that you have nice lips.
you're not weird. I'm just saying nobody has ever taken a picture of my lips to take to their
You
plastic
don't know
surgeon.
that. You don't know that.
You guys, I'm trying to
You
tell
don't-
you about something that I love that I've seen on TikTok, and it's called the Kindness Mob. Have you guys seen this?
Oh, yes.
And just
I
speaking of people
participated.
saying awful things about each other, this guy like started a group where you can nominate people, and if somebody's being awful or if people are getting trolled and like bullied online, they'll take somebody, and the whole group of the Kindness Mob will go over and flood their comments with kind words, and they try to keep it
Support and
anonymous.
follow them. Yes.
And it's just so nice. I love the idea. And it's just like, it's not perfect and it's not going to fix everything, but it feels like the start of an antidote to this like ugliness and troll behavior that we see all the time from people like getting too brave with internet anonymity. And I just love
Uh-huh.
it. So I thought that was a great thing to highlight.
Yeah.
Yes, Emmy. I love that too. I love the Kindness Mom. Thanks for having
It makes me teary.
feels like a good stopping point for our FUF.
Yeah, I think so
Yeah.
too.
I think Haley, you're bringing us out.
All right. Wait, didn't I bring us in?
No, I brought us in, right?
Oh, no. Emily's bringing us out.
I'll bring us out.
Oh, you're bringing us out, Emily.
Well, thank you for listening. And once again, we are the Spooky Darlings, and this was another one of our FUF episodes.
It was our 20th FUF.
Our 20th FUF. So I hope everybody here has had a happy Mother's Day a few days ago and a wonderful weekend ahead. And we will see you guys next time. Goodbye.
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 5 stars.
Leave it.
5 stars.
5 stars.